Hey, so are you in the middle of a divorce or a custody modification? Or maybe you've been dealing with the whole co-parenting thing for a while. You're going to want to watch this video because I have 5 top tips of how you can co-parent as well as possible with your X factor. Okay, let's just get them out there front loaded in case it's too long, didn't read, and you got to go. Number one, you're going to maintain open and clear communication. Number two, you're going to be flexible and accommodating. Number three, this is the toughie. You're going to respect boundaries and privacy. Number four, you're going to follow your court ordered obligations. And number five, you're going to keep the negativity away from your kids. All right, so let's dive in there. All right, I'm Hannah Hembree Bell, and I'm a divorce and custody attorney who helps marriages end well in Central and South Texas, Austin, San Antonio. And okay, so I'm a lawyer. Maybe you want to listen to me because of that. You may want to listen to me because personally, I've been through this myself. And I know what it's like to try to get on the same page with somebody that you're co parenting with, who you at one point were in a relationship with, there was love there or something. And now you're finding yourself often at odds. And so I come to you sort of humbly and saying, look, I don't get this right, but these are things to live for or strive for, I guess, that we can all do to make it as smooth as we can. All right. So first one, you're going to maintain open and clear communication. Number one piece of advice I always give my clients is just the facts, ma'am or sir. Because in this piece, what you want to do with your communication with the X factor, your kids' other parent, is just keep it clean. No editorializing, no pontificating, no, I'd do it better if, no judgment, no advice on how they might improve. Keep it to the facts. All right. I envision this like police officer, like, just the facts, ma'am. Whenever I'm sending any message myself personally, I advise you to do the same. Believe me, it may not feel as good in the moment, like that itch you want to scratch to just get something in there, but long term, the relationship will benefit and then your kids will benefit. And that's why you're still watching this video, right? You want that to happen for them. All right. Number two, be flexible and accommodating. I promise you, if you can do this, your whole world will go better and your kids' world will go better. It's hard though, because naturally as human beings, we're like, okay, I'll be flexible if she'll be flexible. I'll give on this one if he'll give on that one. And like conversely, if they don't give, you won't give. Don't do that. Make it your mantra to keep your side of the table clean and in a flow that gives flexibility. Maybe they won't give it to you, all right, but you can only control what you do. And here's the thing, maybe they might someday. You're going to need flexibility. You're going to need to switch a weekend, pick them up late, pick them up early, something else. Make this the way that you operate. Try to come at it with a yes philosophy as much as you can. Number three, respect boundaries and privacy. Some people have a hard time with this one. They think they deserve to get to know everything that goes on in the other person's house because their kids are there. Or they can't even help themselves from trying to find out the latest drama. And often they'll do this like through their kids to get to the info. Don't be that person. What happens in the other house, so long as your kids are safe and healthy, it's none of your stinking business. I know that's kind of tough. You got to let it set in, and you can understand that now, or you can understand it later, or like never understand it and make yourself completely crazy. Obviously, if you can co-parent well, I mean, and y'all may share information with each other. That's ideal. I have a job because most people don't do that, right? That's for Gwyneth Paltrow and them. And maybe you can be like them. I mean, I celebrate that. But for the rest of us, we need to make sure we understand that's on their side of the table. We don't have the right to know anymore. As long as our kids are safe and healthy, that's all we can know, right? If it's about their school, their health insurance, medical, I mean, that's different, right? And you're going to go back to the other one, just the facts, but maintain that respect for that line. And it should work both ways. I think you then have a right on your end to hold that boundary and say, look, what happens in my house is my business. The kids are safe. They're doing fine. Here's the facts I'm obligated to give you. But, who I'm dating, who I'm seeing, whatever, it's just none of your business. All right. Fourth thing you're going to do is follow your court ordered obligations. All right. Look, Again, hopefully you're in a situation where it's this real agreeable thing and y'all haven't dusted off your divorce decree or your custody order in ages. For the rest of us, that thing is your Bible. I recommend you print it, put it in a notebook, tab all those. And I just like, am I a lawyer or what? I'm like, make a notebook and put tabs in it. But it helps. Like, highlight the sections that you always kind of forget or get wrong, like summertime schedules, weekend exchanges, times, child support, health insurance. Go ahead and flag those parts. So if you're not quite sure, you feel confused in like a heated situation, you can pull out that notebook, get right to what you're supposed to do. Do your part, right? So like, you're going to follow this. Don't make them chase you to give them a reimbursement for a medical thing or a soccer thing if you've agreed to do that, or arguing with them about the time somebody's supposed to be picked up, right? Fulfill your obligations, take care of your side of this table, and hopefully they'll do the same. But at least you can control, you follow those rules unless you've agreed otherwise. And if you do agree otherwise, make sure you get it in writing, okay? So the last thing you're going to do is keep negativity away from the children. This one, I mean, look, you're probably like, duh, who would be negative about their kids? I'm telling you, lots of us would. It's like we can't help it sometimes, right? The emotions within our own personal experience in dealing with this person can make us hurt, frustrated, angry, furious, upset, disappointed, whatever. You keep that on the inside and share it maybe with your therapist, okay? Not to your kids. Don't just like vent to your kids or tell them how you feel. In this area, that's not your job, Dad. That's not your job, Mom. Your job is to let them know everything's going to be okay. You've got two parents who really love you, and keep the emotional negativity out of it, because you're talking about 50% of them, right? That other parent is 50% of your child. So if you're ugly about them, you're being ugly about your child. And you don't want to do that, right? If you made it this far in this video, that's not the sort of person you want to be. So keep these top 5 tips in mind for co parenting, and you can make the bumpy ride perhaps a little bit smoother.